Hello, this is Matthew Zimmerman, your instructor for AMG 101. Welcome to our first lesson. In this lesson, and by the end of it, you'll be able to learn how to properly hold the guitar, so to speak. You'll learn some basic tuning methods that everybody uses, and you'll complete a diagram of different parts on the guitar. You can access that on D2L. So I'd like to introduce you to my best friend and worst enemy. This is Rosemary, my very first guitar. It's older than I am, and I got it when I was just a young guy, but it's still in pretty good condition, I think. I first got into guitar when I saw my grandfather sitting around at a family reunion with a bunch of his buddies playing bluegrass music. I'll never forget, there was this guy there with a bass guitar, but it was made from a 2x4, two big thick strings, and it was in a bucket, and it just sounded fantastic. I was hooked from then on. I got my start by taking lessons privately with an instructor out of Ridgetown, Ontario, named Stuart Wicks. I still owe him an enormous debt of gratitude. He was so patient with me. I went on to study guitar at university. It was part of my degree there as well. So, I guess we need to start with learning how to hold a guitar so that it doesn't hit the ground and snap the neck or break a tuning knob or something else. Back up here. So we're going to rest the guitar on our right leg and brace it with our right arm, with our fingers poised over top of the strings. You can use a pick too if you want. Mine has eluded me for the moment. The left hand goes at the end of the neck of the guitar and stabilizes it in a way. By doing this, you can ensure that your guitar is not going to break or fall or anything else. Next, I guess we'll move on to tuning. This can be a bit of a challenge at first. You really have to listen for the correct pitch. The strings on the guitar have matching knobs at the back. They are turned in order to raise or lower the pitch of each string. Usually we start with the bottom E string when we're tuning a guitar. It is set to an E note. So we're going to go up the guitar on the E string by frets. Okay, frets represent a semitone each. So E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, and A. A is our 5th fret on the bottom E string. That's the note that is also the matching note of the open 5th string right below it. If we press down on the 5th fret on the E string and match that note to the open 5th string, we can adjust our tuning knob to match the pitch. The same process is repeated on the open A string for tuning the open D string. We're going to go up the frets A, A sharp, B, C, C sharp, D. At the 5th fret on the 5th string, we have the note D, which is the open note for the next string as well. By matching the pitch, we can tune our guitar properly. Same process is repeated once again. On the D string, we have D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, and G. G is the open note on our 3rd string. By matching the pitch, you can tune your guitar by simply raising or lowering the tuning knob. This next part is a little tricky. It's called the tuning trap. On the G string, we only go to the 4th fret. So G, G sharp, A sharp, and B. By hitting the 2nd string open, we find our matching pitch. my B string needs to be raised just a little bit. Okay. The final process of tuning your guitar is the top two strings, B and E. On the B string, we go up to the 5th fret again, just like the first 4 strings. B, C, C sharp, D, E sharp, and E. Hold that note down while matching the open string right underneath of it to the note E. That way, we can tune the guitar. There's another method that uses harmonic notes, and it's a little trickier. It's something we can learn a little later. The parts on the guitar should be familiar to you so that you can develop a vocabulary that matches the course material. By completing the guitar diagram, you've given me an indication that you understand the different parts of the guitar and can recognize what part I'm talking about in a video lesson or otherwise, without me necessarily having to speak directly to you. So it is important to complete, and please take some time out of your day to access D2L in order to finish that. In other words, thanks for paying attention, and I'll be seeing you very shortly.